Malaysia's Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, who is also the Finance Minister, will be tabling his unity government's first budget in Parliament tomorrow. All eyes will be on measures to address the rising costs of living, inflation and expectations of slower economic growth. Afifah Ariffin has more.
It will be Anwar Ibrahim's maiden national budget as both Prime Minister and Finance Minister. Malaysia's fiscal debt stands at more than $300 billion, or around 80% of the country's GDP. Mr Anwar has said Malaysia will tackle its rising debt levels through subsidy reduction and good governance, instead of imposing new, broad-based consumption taxes.
We expect in this budget there's going to be specific measures to raise government revenue efforts. At the same time, the government is, I think, also aware that the public is very concerned and large segments of the Malaysian public is affected by cost of living increases.
And to help those in the lower income bracket, observers say cash payments could also likely be given out as short-term relief.
To what extent that's going to mean tangible increase in the cash transfers to them, we are not sure. But I think cash transfers along with targeted subsidies are probably going to go hand in hand in this coming year.
In October last year, then Finance Minister Zafrul Aziz tabled a record budget of some $84 billion. Following a change in government post-GE15, the new unity government in December approved an interim budget of about $24 billion for operational expenditures. Prime Minister Anwar has said his budget will not be bound by what was presented by the previous government. But economists say certain recommendations could be kept, such as more support for small and medium enterprises.
The budget of last year was a budget that introduced few interesting things, in particular in terms of incentives for businesses. But at the same time, there still a lot of hands-outs and favors. Was close to the elections. This is not the moment for a populistic budget. We are just at the beginning of the mandate of the new government. So if there is a moment where to be more conservative and more fiscal prudent, this is the moment.
Now, this budget is seen as an economic acid test for the Prime Minister, who holds an approval rating of about 68%. But how Malaysia handles an increasingly challenging economic outlook will be key to the survival of Anwar's ruling coalition, which will face elections in 6 states later this year. Afifah Ariffin, CNA, Putrajaya.